brightest force in the universe. Keep shining, y'all.
Climbing poetry, people. Climbing poetry.
I'm Melanie Campbell, Black Women's Roundtable. How you doing? While we march to declare we are ready for the fight. We, the Black Women's Roundtable, Black Youth Vote, National Action Network, and all of our sisters in the movement stand in solidarity with all of you, 300,000 strong. And we are here to declare we are America. We will stay woke and we will not be moved. We march in memory of our sister ancestors, Dr. Dorothy Irene Height, Dr. Cedar Lawrence Tucker, Shirley Chisholm, Willie Barrow, Evelyn Lowry, Amelia Boynton, Fannie Lou Hamer, and Sojourner Truth. We march in memory of my mother, Janet Campbell, who was a retired public school teacher in Mims, Florida, and all our mothers and fathers to protect our neighborhood quality public schools across our nation. We march for Black women who voted 94% for Hillary Clinton. Who, by the way, won 3 million votes over her opponent. And they say she lost the Electoral College. We march, and I need your help on this one, my sisters and my brother. We march even for the 53% of white women who voted for that other guy. To reflect and join us, all of us, moving forward to break that glass ceiling to elect the first woman president of the United States of America and appoint a Black woman to the Supreme Court in our lifetime. While we march to protect Obamacare, Medicare, Social Security for our seniors, Medicaid for people living in poverty, and we march for the human right to control our own bodies. We march for the human right to just live. We march for living wages, paid sick days, and paid family leave. We march to protect Black colleges and Black businesses, voting rights, LGBTQ rights, immigrant and disability rights. And we march for freedom of religion and freedom of the press. We march to send a message to the White House, Congress, state and local politicians that we are united and we will not be moved. So before they cut the mic off on me, I want you to do this repeat after me. We march for women's rights. We march for human rights. We are ready for the fight. We march for the least of these God's children. And we march because love trumps. Thank you, march organizers, my sisters and my brothers. Peace and power.
Good morning. I'm Rosalind Brock, and I chair the National Board of Directors of the NAACP, an organization whose principal founder was a white woman named Mary White Overton. The NAACP stands with you today in solidarity. As a nonpartisan organization of over 500,000 members across the length and breadth of this nation, in 50 states, Germany and Japan, to declare that women's rights are human rights. We send a message to our new government that we will not stop until women enjoy equal status. Throughout the history of this nation, women have worked to achieve full civil rights and has served as a conscience of this nation. In 2008, 2012, and 2016, Black women exercised the right to vote larger than any other group in this nation. However, despite our best efforts, we learned a hard lesson in this last presidential election. Elections have deep and lasting consequences, especially for those who do not vote. The silence in America has been deafening for Black women and our families who also feel forgotten and locked out of a prosperous society. For centuries, we've been overlooked and most oftentimes left behind, even in the movement to advance women's rights. And so I call upon you, my sisters, in the words of my ancestral shero, Sojourner Truth. Ain't I a woman? As authentic change agents for transformation, we must stand united to oppose the president's nominees for U.S. Attorney General, Secretaries of Education, Health and Human Services, and Labor. We must also fight to ensure that the rights gained by women, minorities, the LGBTQ community, and immigrants are not destroyed by an administration that seems bound and determined to take this nation back to a place where we are a house divided against ourselves. And so, my sisters, I ask you today, as we face the rising sun of a new day begun, let us boldly declare to this administration and to this nation that we will organize, we will fight, and we will march on till victory is won. Because courage will not skip this generation. Courage will not skip this generation. Courage will not skip this generation. Peace and power.
I just got handed a public service announcement. If everyone will take out their phone and text women to 40649. That's women to 40649. I did this before I got on stage. It took 10 seconds. If you take a moment and text women to 40649, give us your name, email, and we can be in touch about the important next steps and how you can help. Once you're done sending your email, raise your phone so your neighbors know that you've pledged to be a part of this cause. And now let me tell you who I am. I'm not just your commercial break. My name is Jay Babalota. I am the executive director of the Estrella Lesbian Foundation for Justice. And for 40 years, Estrella has been on the front line supporting LGBTQI activism in the United States and around the world. But I am not here to talk to you about 40 years. I'm here to talk to you about today, right now. We may be here because of someone or something we did not choose, but today we did choose to show up, to stand up, to march, to gather together. That is what this time is about, what we are going to choose. Because in a week from now, a month from now, 4 years from now, we will have been inundated by messaging, not just tweets, but a barrage of policy and public sentiment, images and articles, subtle and overt shifts, and our values and our choices will be tested. We will have to make choices every single day. In the days, weeks, months, and years to come, we will need to become our own collective moral compasses. We will need to become our own North Star. So when you look around here all day long and you are moved by the beauty and diversity and passion of all the folks around you, remember this: we chose to come together today in all of our power. We do not and we will not choose one neighbor over another. We do not and we will not choose to deny our queerness, our lesbian, gay, or trans selves in order to be in a march for women or a country for everyone. We do not and we will not deny the beauty and power and joy in our blackness and brownness as if it will make us safer or any more sane in a country that has proven otherwise over and over again. We will not hide behind our whiteness because of the vestiges of privilege that to this day services a system meant to succeed the will and line the pockets of a few men who'd have us all believe there is superiority in our shade just to keep us from knowing the power of truly being in righteous community and shared humanity. We will not choose any one person's notion of God to define every single one of our divine possibilities. And surely not our secular and public rules of law. We will not choose some of our rights over all of our rights. Because we choose to know better, to do better, to be better, and to love better. Now, let me talk to you about love. I might be wonderful, but I know I got chosen to be up here as the resident homosexual, or one of them anyway. So what do you need with a big old queer like me? I think it is to talk about radical love. To stand here on this stage right now and proclaim my commitment to love in the most radically honest way possible. For us all, right now, to commit to doing so. So let me queer our collective notion of love right now, so that every one of us will step past the easy, the scripted, the societally sanctioned, the familiar, the safe notions of love, and let us choose the pathway to not only the greatest possibility, but the greatest reward. We are not a fluke. This is not a singular phenomenon. We are fantastic and fabulous. And this is only the beginning. No, this is not a one-off. This is an uprising. This is an uprising of love. Say it. We are an uprising of love. We are an uprising of love. We are an uprising of love. Choose it every day.
Hello, Women's March on Washington. My name is Muriel Bowser, and I am the mayor of Washington, D.C. I want to welcome you all to your nation's capital and the best city in the world. and soon to be the 51st state. I wanted to be here to let you know that Washington, D.C. has a chick mayor, and I'm here to speak for all the women elected officials. The women will tell you that we are more harshly criticized, we are more frequently criticized, and we are more wrongly criticized at every single level, be it the school board, the state house, or a candidate for the President of the United States. And when women are more harshly, more frequently, and more wrongly criticized, when we speak up for women in neighborhoods and families in public education, we need every woman and every man to speak up for us too. In Washington, D.C., we're a little unique. We're a city, a county, and a state. We are 680,000 people strong. Yet, we don't have a single vote in that Capitol building. And that injustice must end. Already, an emboldened Congress continues to threaten the rights of women. Year to year, they tell us we can't use our own money to support low-income women and their health care. And now they want to make it permanent. You tell them to leave us alone. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. So we know this Women's March on Washington. When the president needed help with that Congress, he counted on mayors. And mayors have to stand up for immigration rights, for reproductive rights, for LGBTQ rights. We have to stand up to fight climate change from the mayor's office. And we have to stand up for public education because that's what our kids need. So let me just say this, because this is what we tell the Congress, and this is what you should tell them from your states. The best thing the federal government can do for us is leave us alone.
We today, of every color, creed, and belief, are gathered here in a demonstration of the American story. Today, you might feel scared, and I know what it feels like to be scared. My name is Amanda Wynn, and I am a rape survivor. And I remember after my rape, I felt despair, but I also felt fire. So when I met a broken criminal justice system, like so many survivors who find out that their untested rape kits can be destroyed, I rewrote the law. Together, with a team called Rise, we organized and we the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights unanimously through Congress. I wrote it as a matter of survival. And if that builds itself on fire, and it represents the endless pursuit of a more perfect union. That is what I did with my fire. What will you do with yours? You may not feel powerful right now, but here's what I learned. In America, no one is powerless when we come together. No one can make us feel invisible when we demand to be seen. To any survivor and ally listening, you are not alone. Wherever you are from, and whatever brings you here today, do not lose hope. Don't just march. Go home and join the movement at risenow.us. That's risenow.us. State by state, we need you. Our presence here is the promise of America, and we are planting seeds to trees we may never sit under. But today, 1 million heartbeats are marching together. Our souls are on fire. Keep that fire ablaze. Remember your power. We who have fire in our bones, we unbreakable, unconquerable souls, rise. Let me hear you say it. Rise. 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 Rise up. Thank you.
I have to make an announcement. Please pay attention just for 1 second. Kate Stroud from Charlotte, North Carolina, who is blind, has been separated from the people that she came with. She's in all black. She has a pink hat, a pink backpack, a pink cane. If you came with Kate Stroud, she is on stage right. Come to the back of the stage. Again, Kate Stroud to the back of the stage. We have her. She's safe. We just want to reunite her. Thank you.
Hello! Hey. Unbelievable! Look at this! I can't even see the end of the crowd! Unbelievable! We're going to have 1 million people here today. I can't, look at this. My name is Michael Moore. Okay, we got through day one. We're in day two now of the Trump tragedy. Who wants to be in my next movie here? So I woke up this morning, picked up the Washington Post, and the headline read, "Trump takes power." I don't think so. Here's the power. Here's the majority of America right here. We are the majority. New president vows to end American carnage. Mr. Trump, we are here to vow to end the Trump carnage. I'll pick that up later. Recycle. A reporter asked me on the way up the stairs here, "What do you hope to accomplish with this demonstration?" I said, "Well, I would say, if you just look that way, we've already accomplished it. The majority of Americans did not want Donald J. Trump in the White House. And we are here today as their representatives. Okay, I don't want to give the standard demonstration speech. You got a lot of great speakers here today. Oh my God, I got to listen to Gloria Steinem. How cool was that? I would like to give you a to-do list of what we all can do starting immediately. Real things that we can do. Are you with me on this? I'm going to go through them very quickly. Take notes if you want, but I'll post them on my Facebook and Twitter, and you can follow it there. But we have to get busy, folks. We've got our work cut out for us. Number one, this is what I want you to do. I want you to make this part of your new daily routine. I want you to call Congress every single day. Every day. Each of you have one representative in the House and 2 senators. They have a phone number. I'm going to give you that number right now. Are you ready? It's easy to remember. 202-225-3121. Can you repeat that with me? Ready? 202-225-3121. Now you do it. Go. What are we going to do with that number? When are we going to call them? Every day. That's right. Every day. It's so easy, my friends. If you're watching this at home, there's a human being that answers the phone. They pick it up. Even if you don't know who your member of Congress is, just give them your zip code. They'll connect you to the office. It's that easy. It'll take 2 minutes. Each day, I and others are going to be posting things for you to call Congress to do. On Monday, call them and tell your senators, and you get them at the same number, we do not accept Betsy DeVos as our Secretary of Education. Get some water. (202-225-3121). I will post, this is my commitment to you. Every day, I will post something on Facebook or Twitter. Other groups are doing the same thing. Actiongroups.net, go to them. 100daysofresistance.org, go to them. Indivisible, go to them. Lots of groups are doing this. Follow them and call your member of Congress, call the 2 senators, and you know what? That's only 3, there's 5 days. On the 2 other days, call your state representative and your state senator on the other day. I'm telling you, these calls work. When they tried to get rid of the government, the Congressional Office of Ethics 2 weeks ago, we got online and the switchboard was jammed and overloaded. We shut it down with phone calls. 2 hours later, they pulled back from closing the Office of Government and Congressional Ethics. That's how powerful you are. Make it part of your daily routine. What are you going to do? Wake up, number 1. Number 2, brush your teeth. Number 3, make the coffee. Number 4, walk the dog. If you have a cat, just stare at it. Number 5, what are you going to do? Call Congress. Make it part of your day. Don't even think about it. Part of your day. Every one of us are doing it every day. They won't know what hit them. Number 2, the second thing I'm going to ask you to do, join. Join groups. Join Planned Parenthood. Join the ACLU. Join NARROW. Join a group. I was thinking this morning while I was writing this up, I've supported Planned Parenthood forever. I contribute to them. I've done fundraisers for them. But I realized I've never joined. So this morning, I joined Planned Parenthood. Who amongst you will join Planned Parenthood? ACLU, NARAL, the environmental groups. Join every group. Let's make these groups huge. Huge. Bernie, huge. Number three, you need to form your own personal rapid response team. All it takes is 5 to 10 family members and friends, the people that you're going to call or text or send an email to on any given day where we have to move fast. Everybody here, who will form a rapid response team? 5 to 10 people. Earlier, there's a group here, there's a rapid response team here from Asheville, North Carolina. 9 of them. Where are you? The Asheville 9. They've got their own name. The Asheville 9. And I said to them, how many of you have been to a demonstration before in D.C.? 8. 8 of the 9 had never been to a protest before in Washington, D.C. 8 of the 9 are new for the first time. How many here are here for the first time in D.C. at look at this, at a protest? Look at this. Wow. Number 5, we have to take over the Democratic Party. God bless the Democrats who fought with us, who've done so many good things. It's no knock on them. But if you were coaching the women's basketball team, twice in 16 years, my friends, we've won and then lost. We've let this happen twice now in 16 years, where we win the White House, but they walk through the door. Are you gonna let this happen again in your lifetime? I'm not. I'm sorry, but the old guard of the Democratic Party has to go. It has to go. We need new leadership. We need young leadership. We need women leadership. We need people of color. We need gay and lesbian and bisexual and transgender. I support Keith Ellison as the new DNC chair. He is a great organizer and our only Muslim member of Congress. Number 6, to you from the blue states and the blue cities, don't feel alone. You have a job to do. We're going to look to you over these next, let's just say, months. I heard on the radio this morning that Las Vegas has already placed odds on how long Trump's going to last in office. They only give him 4-to-1 odds to last only 6 months. That's pretty good. You have to form regions of resistance. What that means is this. For the young people, let me give you a little history lesson. Roe v. Wade, that made abortion legal in this country in 1973, did not happen in a vacuum. It did not happen by itself. It happened because our 2 largest states in 1970, 3 years earlier, made abortion legal: New York and California. Because abortion was legal in those two large states for 3 years, they helped to create the new normal. The new normal being a woman has a right to control her internal organs and what goes on in there. It's not the job of the government. So, New York, you have a job to do right now. California, Minnesota, Massachusetts, actually all of New England, the entire West Coast, you're a region of resistance. Virginia, you're a region of resistance. In Virginia, this is how we take back the South. We start in Virginia. Form your region of resistance. And what you have to do in these states, you have to create laws that show the rest of the country what it looks like to have health care for all, what it looks like to not have mass incarceration, what it looks like to pass laws that prohibit discrimination in employment for gays and lesbians and others. Show the rest of America how it works. If you're a city in a red state, if you live in Detroit, God, that's painful to say that Michigan is a red state. But you live in a blue city in Michigan, you live in Traverse City, Michigan, a little town. Bernie got 70% of the vote in that little town. Form your region of resistance there. Say to the people in power, you are not going to come to my city and take my Mexican brothers and sisters away. I will stand in front of you, nonviolently and peacefully. The other night I asked 30,000 people in New York City, who will join me to block the George Washington Bridge, the Holland Tunnel, and the Lincoln Tunnel if the federal government comes to take our Mexican brothers and sisters away? 30,000 people say, I will do it. You have to be willing to put yourself on the line. It's that important. The next thing on the to-do list, you have to run for office. You, yes, you. Now I can see your faces. No, Mike, not me. I'm shy. This is not the time for shy people. Shy people, you have 2 hours to get over it. If you knew me, seriously, if you knew me personally, you have no idea how shy and what an introvert I am. I know it doesn't make any sense me saying that, but if you knew me, anybody know me back there? How true is this? When I was 18 years old, I was a senior in high school, and I couldn't stand the principal or the assistant principal in their backward ways. I decided to run for school board. I was only 18. I called up the city clerk. I said, what do I got to do to run for school board? He said, well, you need to get names on a petition. Oh, how many names do I need on the petition to run? 20. 20? To run for school board? 20. I'm like, I know 20 stoners who will sign anything. I got the 20 signatures. I ran. I won. I became the first 18-year-old in the state of Michigan to win public office. I did this. I'm shy. I only went on 2 dates in high school. I did this. You can do this. Who's going to run for office? Run for city council. Run for school board. Hey, okay. Wait. Shy people, there is an office for you. Precinct delegate. Run for precinct delegate. You only have to go to the county convention once a year. Who's going to run for precinct delegate? All right. Next on the to-do list, when we take over the DNC.
Oh Michael.
Ashley.
My name is Ashley Judd.
Ashley Judd is here.
And I am a feminist.
And I want to say hello to Independence Avenue in the back, all the way down to 17th Street.
Wow.
And I bring you words from Nina Donovan, a 19-year-old in Middle Tennessee, and she has given me the privilege of telling you what she has to say. I am a nasty woman. I'm not as nasty as a man who looks like he bathes in Cheeto dust. A man whose words are a diss track to America. Electoral college sanctioned hate speech contaminating this national anthem. I'm not as nasty as Confederate flags being tattooed across my city. Maybe the South actually is gonna rise again. Maybe for some, it never really fell. Blacks are still in shackles and graves just for being black. Slavery has been reinterpreted as the prison system in front of people who see melanin as animal skin. I am not as nasty as a swastika painted on a pride flag. And I didn't know devils could be resurrected, but I feel Hitler in these streets. A mustache traded for a toupee. Nazis renamed the cabinet electroconversion therapy, the new gas chamber, shaming the gay out of America, turning rainbows into